It's Vablonsky again. Hello, everyone. Right now, I'm in Flushing, Queens, New York City. It's no exaggeration to say that the streets here are the most energetic in the entire city. The available food from restaurants and vendors is on overload. In the immense Chinese enclave here, there's no Chinese food that I can't get. But I'm focusing on street food, of the quick, convenient kind that I can hold with my hands. I'm on the go, so let me show you on today's episode. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining me today. I am in Flushing, Queens, New York, in Flushing, New York City. And this is a very vibrant, very large and expansive Chinese area, Chinese community. And it is world famous and very renowned for the Chinese food here. Basically, it's a staggering array of Chinese food, really, and that's not hyperbole. There is just a staggering regional variety of Chinese food of all kinds here in Flushing, Queens. And I'm lucky to be here today to take part a little bit in this food scene and in the vibrant food culture that they have here. And I have some street food items or handheld food items. The first place I went to, I believe it's called let me look at it. Gao Xiao Pa. I butchered that, I'm sure. Let me look. Gao Xiao Pa. Gao Xiao Pa. It is a Rojiao Mo stand, and Rojiao Mo has been popularly described in English as a Chinese hamburger, a Chinese hamburger, Rojiao Mo. And in fact, I've featured Rojiao Mo before in prior episodes, or maybe one episode. I'm not sure. Go look in my playlist and in my past episodes. I did feature Rojiao Mo. It's usually made with stewed pork in a toasty little bun. What I have here from Gao Xiao Pa is a chicken Rojiao Mo, and I don't think, to the best of my knowledge, I could be incorrect, but I think chicken is not common. It is not traditional. Again, it's usually the stewed pork that's known as the Chinese hamburger, as it were. But this is chicken, and as you can see from the introductory footage, it's cut off from that long column of chicken, as if it were some sort of like Chinese al pastor, like the al pastor taco that you see, how it's shaved off, and they have that little, that little clump of pineapple on top, just like al pastor. And then, the guy, shaves it off with his long knife, and then he mixes the chicken, sprinkles on top some seasoning, some spicy seasoning, I believe, and mixes it with onions and a little bit of lettuce, and he stuffs it in this bun. And as I'm holding the bun, it is a very firm, kind of crispy, there's a firmness to it. I'm holding it, and there's a flaky appearance to it. Some Rojiao Mo have kind of a softer almost bready kind of bun. This is very flaky. I can tell just by looking at it. And let me let me look at it. It has the chicken in it. You can see the little, slivers of chicken meat kind of poking out of the bun, the lettuce, and you can see some of that seasoning, that kind of reddish orange seasoning. And the bun is very firm in my hand, and it looks very flaky. Ooh, ooh. Whoa. Wow. That is delicious. Wow. The bun kind of, for want of a better word, it kind of shatters upon being pressed down with my teeth. It is flaky wafers come off of this thing. Ooh. It is delicious. The bun is very crisp, very flaky. To have a kind of a toaster apparatus where they slide the buns in and then they pull them out, after a period of toasting, and then they slip the meat in. It's delicious. Wow. I mean, they give you this little sleeve to put, where they put the bun in, but it's not very messy. The Rojiao has a lot of bodily integrity to it. It doesn't want to, just collapse on itself. The deliciousness of this is as a consequence of the chicken and the bun. The chicken is very moist, very tender. The seasoning is very flavorful, and I said, just mildly spicy. And the chef proprietor can make it accordingly to your specifications. And I say it's a consequence of both things because the bun is so delicious, so flaky, so texturally satisfying. Wow. I made my way down Kissena Boulevard through the cacophonous activity of pedestrians and vendors and cars and trucks. It is quite lively. It is so noisy and vibrant and energetic here on the streets of Flushing. And I made my way to the Peking duck bun stall, or the Peking duck bun stall. Yeah, I think that's what it's colloquially known as in the local the local food scene here in Flushing. The Peking duck bun stall. I think it's at the U Garden restaurant here on 40th Road, just down from Kissena Boulevard where I was earlier with the Rojiao Ma. And as I'm looking at it, yeah, you can see I got 3. Fits perfectly in this takeout box, and it has that kind of taco-esque shape to it. And the hoisin sauce, the dark hoisin sauce, is kind of oozing out of the edges, and you can get a glimpse of the duck, and there are some, I think, scallions and some light green things poking out. I don't know exactly what that is, but let me take one. Wow. There's like a plank of skin, roasted skin, that's slipped out entirely into my mouth as I bit into that first bite. And there's just a pronounced duck essence and a crispiness to that duck skin. Yeah, this light green stuff is just scallions. I thought maybe it was something else, but finely shaved, finely chopped long slivers of scallion, hoisin sauce, and duck. And it's delicious, my friends. Ladies and gentlemen, I went down Main Street off of 40th Road to about 38th Avenue where 8 Jane Food is located, and it's basically a hole in a wall. It's basically a window. I mean, you can poke yourself, maybe a foot inside the premises, and there's a counter there, and you can order directly. And the proprietress and the chef takes your order. They sell Jianbings. That is their claim to fame, and that's what they do there. And a Jianbing, if you don't know, is kind of like a giant wrap. It looks like a burrito, basically. It looks very much like that. I think some people call this the Chinese burrito. And you can get various fillings. And I got the beef Jianbing, and so it has hoisin sauce. And then there's a spicy kind of chili paste that's included if you want it to be spicy. And also there's a kind of giant wafer or wafers that look like wonton crisps. And that adds the kind of crack and textural bite to it, so it's not just all soft. But as I'm looking at it, it is quite hefty. I mean, it has a substantial weight to it too, and as they take it off the little griddle, they take that paint scraper and they slice the thing in half, and so you have these two kind of planks of Jianbing basically, and oh my lord, here it is. It comes out as a kind of flattened rectangle. It's no longer circular. And look at this. You can see the egg, the presence of the egg in the creation of this thing. There is definitely egg in here. And look, it's upside down, but you can see the beef. I think it's shaved shank meat. I think, but it is very rigid because of that crispy plank of kind of wonton skin, or the wonton crisp. or the wonton noodle crisp that's in the middle. So let me take a bite. Wow. Okay, I gotta take several more bites to get, the correct and full impression of this thing. Oh. Wow. The initial bites was all, like the outer skin and the wonton crisps. And the outer skin, I believe it's made out of some sort of grainy batter. Wow, it escapes me what it is. I'm sure hopefully somebody will tell me in the comment section. But it's some sort of grainy batter. And the wonton crisps is very, very snappy, and it adds a big contribution in terms of the textural experience. Wow. They lathered some sort of spicy oil or paste around the beef. So there is just a symphony of textures. That soft kind of grainy burrito wrap, for want of a better description, with the egg wash over it. Then the ultra crispy, crackling wonton wafer, and then the soft protein of the tender shank pieces that have been brushed with the chili oil sauce. And I think there's a bit of cilantro in here too, for kind of like a herbal presence. And the cilantro adds, a little bit of contribution too. I really like that crispy wonton wafer thingy, or that crispy wonton noodle thingy in the middle, because that additional crispiness, it's additional, but I would say very crucial, because it would be overwhelmingly soft without it, I think. Wow, this is good. Another beautiful, delicious, unequivocal winning snack on the streets of Flushing, New York, Flushing, Queens. Another great handheld, quote unquote sandwich item. Wow. And I must say, to have the items that I did have, that I featured on this episode, to have them available like this, just by walking, not too far from site to site, from spot to spot, really speaks to the robust, just absolutely insane nature of the Chinese food scene here. That you can have all these things available in close proximity to each other. This is just normal daily life in Flushing, New York. The Chinese food here exists at all levels. You can get ultra expensive, food if you want to. You go from ultra expensive to cheap street eats like this. But it's the street eats experience that is so vibrant, that's so, adjacent to your experience as a pedestrian. You just walk and see and eat, and you go from place to place without any great fuss and effort. All you have to do is avoid your fellow pedestrians and the traffic. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let me wrap up here in Flushing, New York, and say thank you for watching. Thank you for staying all the way to the end of the episode. Please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed the content today, and give me your thoughts. What do you think about the food I ate? What do you think about the food scene in Flushing, New York? Would you like to come here to Flushing if you haven't done so, based on what you saw today in this video? I'll catch you, I don't know where, but I'll catch you next time on my next food adventure. Take care. Bye-bye.